Welcome back. 10 pronunciation, intonation, and tag questions.
Page 104. Exercise 10. Pronunciation. Intonation in tag questions. Part A. Listen and practice. Use falling intonation in tag questions when you are giving an opinion and expect the other person to agree.
Noise pollution is a serious problem in our city, isn't it?
Governments should offer child care to all working families, shouldn't they?
Try practicing these statements by reading it by doing an intonation that goes falling while you're reading the tag question. We usually do that so we try to convince the other person to agree with us. Now let's go to listening.
Page 104. Exercise 11. Listening. Let's face it. Part A. Listen to people give their opinions about issues in the news. What issues are they talking about? 1.
Wow, that documentary about animals and entertainment was a little hard to watch. I mean, I love watching animals do tricks at amusement parks and circuses, but I had no idea how much they can suffer.
Yeah, some of those animals are kept in horrible conditions. That's just not right. Then they're punished and abused if they don't do what they're supposed to. And the only benefit is that the owners are making money. In most cases, they're not trying to improve the animals' living conditions. If it weren't for those animals, they wouldn't make any of that money.
I know, it's awful, isn't it? But I feel like some places have the right idea, too. They use the animals for entertainment, but they make sure the animals are taken care of, and they use part of the profits to rescue other animals and do research. Research, rescue, and protection of the animals. That seems more acceptable, doesn't it?
I guess. But how do we make sure that all places are acting responsibly and doing those things? I still think that animals should be in their natural habitats, not in some small space so they can help humans make money. It's just not natural.
2.
I just read in the paper that a super center is going to open just 5 minutes outside of town.
A super center? Like a drugstore, supermarket, and discount store all combined into one?
Exactly. I think it's great. The products are cheaper, and it will provide a lot of jobs for the community.
I agree that the products are cheaper, and it does create jobs, but what about the smaller, family-owned stores in town? All those small markets and clothing stores and pharmacies will now have to compete with this supercenter. And a lot of those smaller businesses will lose a lot of money because, let's face it, they can't compete.
I guess I hadn't thought about the impact on the small businesses in town.
And not only that, but I think we'll lose a lot of variety. If these smaller businesses start losing money, they will either close down or start limiting their products. Then we'll have fewer choices when we go shopping.
Yeah, I guess big companies aren't always good for small businesses, are they?
Okay, after you listen to these people give your opinion, you can complete and check your answers. Listen again and write the different opinions that you hear. In this case, you can go back, pause the video, go back and listen again, and write down the different opinions that you hear. These are the for opinions, and these are the ones that are against. Now, what do you think about the issues in part A? Give your own opinions. Now, it's your time to give your own opinion, so you can add another column to add yours. Now, here's the writing assignment, and I need you to pay very close attention on how you're going to work on the writing. Right here on writing, there ought to be a law. Think about a local problem that needs to be solved and write a persuasive essay suggesting a new law to help solve it. Be creative. Use these questions to help you. What is the problem? And how does it affect your community? What can be done to help solve it? Who might disagree with you? And how will you convince him or her that your law is a good idea? Okay, just remember that an essay has 5 paragraphs, and each paragraph has 5 sentences. Okay, so try to convince us in a very persuasive way on your new suggestions on a new law. And here's an example. The water crisis affects people all over the world. I think cities should be required to recycle their water. Also, people shouldn't be permitted to use clean drinking water to wash their cars and water their gardens. If people use recycled water, this is one way you can begin by talking about your problem and how does it affect your community. Okay, so this is going to be your writing assignment. Now let's go to the next page. Reading. Look at the title and the picture. What do you think plagiarism is? Plagiarism, you're going to find out in the article, is what we call in Spanish plagio. You know, when you copy something that is not yours. Okay? So what you're going to do is that you're going to read the whole article. Okay? And you're going to find out what plagiarism is. You don't have your book right there beside you. You can read it from here, from the screen. Read the article, then answer the questions. Okay? What is the author's main purpose in writing the piece? Why might it be easy to commit plagiarism by accident? And what questions should you ask yourself in order to avoid plagiarism? Okay, you're going to answer these questions. These are some of the suggested answers, so just so you can take note of it. Look at the following situations. Do you think they are describing plagiarism or not? If they are, do you think it was accidental or intentional? Accidental is because when you don't know and you do it. And intentional is because you were trying to do it. You wanted to. Okay? Check your actions, your answers right here. Sometimes famous musicians get in trouble for putting out songs that sound like someone else's. Do you think this is plagiarism? What, if anything, should be done about it? Okay, I also want you to answer these questions from letter D. Okay, well, as you can see, right here on page 105, we just finished Unit 15. Okay, so see you guys next class. Have a great day. Thank you.